So I've spent the last few months testing out the Samsung Galaxy Watch 8 Classic and it's been a really good experience so far, but there are a few things that I wish were a little bit different, so let's get into it. The Samsung Watch 8 Classic has a very divided opinion when it comes to the design. There are quite a few people who aren't a fan of the squircle design board from the Samsung Galaxy Watch Ultra, but honestly I'm in the group of people that really like the design of this watch. I think the new shape has a lot of character and the stainless steel finish looks and feels really nice in my opinion. This is the first Galaxy watch I've used with a rotating bezel and I'm all for it. I much prefer this over the digital bezel on the Watch 8 and the Ultra, and it's quite responsive and satisfying to use. I previously used the Watch Ultra and got used to the bigger screen, so I definitely felt the change when I moved to the Watch 8 Classic. It's a little bit smaller than the Galaxy Watch Ultra, but it's not too bad overall and you get used to it pretty quick. It's a really beautiful display though, it's super sharp with nice poppy colors and I really like it. And the display on the Galaxy Watch 8 Classic also got a little bit brighter this year with up to 3000 nits now, so it'll be much nicer viewing outdoors. And the addition of the action button from the Ultra to the Watch 8 Classic was also really good. I mapped the action button to the torch function, which I use quite often, but you can also map it to a variety of different functions too. Another change was the straps of the watch. The 8 Classic and the base 8 have proprietary straps with their own special connectors. So personally I liked it a little better when they had the old 20mm system for the lugs. I had so many straps I could have used, but it's not all bad. You get some good options with the new straps, but if you really want to use your old straps, you can jump on Amazon and pick up some of those adapters for the watch, which will let you use 20mm, 22mm straps, and it's really quite handy, so you can use all your old ones again. Now in terms of performance, the watch is still powered by last generation's W1000 chip that powered the Watch 7 and the Watch Ultra. And it was actually quite a good upgrade over the Watch 6 series. The performance is good overall, but you'll still experience a few minor lags and stutters, but nothing too crazy. And the performance is also a lot more noticeable to me now because I've been using the Apple Watch Series 11 and that thing is absolute butter. The performance is insane. So I really hope that Android watches can catch up to that level of performance soon. So the upgrade this year over the Watch 7 is the extra storage space. You now get 64GB across the Watch 8 series, up from 32GB from last year's Watch 7 series. So personally, I've never found a way to fill up that much storage in a watch, but hey, it's there if you need it. So software-wise, it's running One UI 8 watch and it's got a few new visual changes. You get the new multi-info tiles, so you can see more information on each tile, which I think is quite nice. You also get a new charging animation, which brings it in line with animations on the phones. They also brought the Now bar to the watch, which is handy and it shows you things like timers, music that's playing, and a lot more. And they can also be stacked so you can easily see what's running. Now in the Health app, they added a new medication tab to help you keep track, and also a new Mindful tab, which has a mood check-in and a section for breathing exercises. They also added a new running coach feature, which can help assess your running level and push you according to that. And you also get the energy score feature, which was also there on the Watch 7 series, but I really wish the energy score was dynamic and could be adjusted throughout the day, just like some other watches are doing now. You can now also track your vascular load if that's something that'll be handy for you. You can use it to see if your activity, diet, stress levels are all in the normal or high range and make adjustments accordingly. And there's also a way to measure your antioxidant index to see how well balanced your diet is. Again, I'm not sure how accurate this is, but it's there if you want to check it out. And it's also been nice having Gemini on the watch. So it responds fast enough, it's not too bad, and it's been quite handy for answering a few quick questions on the go. The sleep tracking also works fine. Again, I'm not sure if it's very accurate, but it's good enough to get an idea of your general sleep patterns. And I also use the watch to track my workouts and it seems pretty good so far. I also like the fact that it was comfortable to wear compared to my previous Ultra, and I didn't get any accidental button presses when I was working out. It seemed to keep up with the heart rate changes pretty good from what I experienced, and the dual frequency GPS also did a decent job of tracking my routes, and it also caught on to signal pretty quick too. The double pinch gesture was also very handy. I used it to pick up calls, take photos from my phone, and a lot more. And it does work pretty well overall, but sometimes I find I need to pinch it a little bit harder to activate the gesture. So you also get a few new watch faces for the Classic, and my personal favorite at the moment is the Sporty Classic. It just goes so well with the look of the Watch 8 Classic and it's quite customizable too. Other new watch faces are the Heritage Classic, which is also quite nice. And there's also a new daily dashboard face if you need a lot more information at a glance, and the same with the Circle Dash 2. And there's some other more minimal options too, but the Sporty Classic is the absolute winner for me. So in terms of taking phone calls on the watch, the speaker got decently loud. Definitely not as loud as the Ultra, but it was definitely louder than the Watch 7 series from the previous generation. So yeah, overall it was a good experience. So speaking of the Ultra, battery life is one thing that I did miss a lot about it when I was using the Watch 8 Classic. Now I'm the type who's going to keep all of the features running, constant heart rate monitoring, I use it for sleep tracking, I use it always on display because I hate having a blank screen on my watch, and I get all my calls and notifications on it and also track all of my workouts. So I do put it through its paces, and so far in my use it's been a one-day smartwatch. I could squeeze out about a day and a half or 2 days from the Ultra, which still isn't great, but it's a bit better. And I remember when I had the OnePlus Watch 3, I could easily get about 3 to 4 days of use on that watch, which was brilliant. So I really hope that they catch up with the battery tech soon. But again, it's not all doom and gloom like everyone else. You just sort of figure out a pattern of when to charge your watch. For me, I charge it about 45 minutes before I go to sleep. That'll take me through all my sleep tracking at night and pretty much the whole of the next day until I go to sleep again. So it's alright, not too bad. And in terms of charging, it's not like crazy fast or anything. It'll get you from 0 to 100 in about an hour and a half or so. In terms of the ecosystem, the watch works fine with all the other Samsung tech. I paired mine with the Z Fold 7 and it's been good. No connectivity issues and all the small features like the camera controls and others work quite well. The watch also paired up pretty seamlessly to my Galaxy Buds 3 Pros and it's been an overall good experience. So in my opinion, I think the Watch 8 Classic is an absolutely fantastic Android smartwatch. Not perfect, but it's really good. And it'll especially be better if you do pair it with a Samsung smartphone. But if you use it with any other Android phone, it'll still work fine. You might get a few feature restrictions here and there, but nothing major. The Galaxy Watch Ultra will give you better battery life and a bigger screen, but this watch looks a lot better in my opinion and it'll fit more people's wrists better. And the software is feature packed and it really does everything you want a good smartwatch to do. So what do you think about the Galaxy Watch 8 Classic? If you do own one, let me know how your experience has been in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching everyone, and I'll see you in the next one.